Hey Scruffy, how you doing? So I saw you run away from me last night, so I had to go out in the front to take out some trash, and I saw him hanging out in the front of the house. I think he was on the driveway. I'm not sure. I saw him running from the driveway into like the bushes. So it was a few hours to midnight. So yeah, in the middle of the evening, basically. So I guess he just likes hanging out there. So you ready for some food? So I got your, I think it's meaty pate with real chicken. Might have the tuna in it, can't remember. And of course your standard kibble. So you ready? So you're still not meowing. I'm gonna pick up the plate and start taking it out, okay? Lock the door now. Ready? So picking up the plate. And I'm inching towards the door. We're gonna have to move. There you go. Okay, put this on the table. Get the water. Close the door. And walk past you so I can change your water. So take the old water out. New water in. And I think his scratcher's moved again, so I guess he used it last night or this morning. Okay. Switch to water, so I'm going to sit in the chair now. And I haven't gotten the glove on yet, so you're going to have to wait. You're too fast for me, Scruffy. Okay, here we go. You know, he's brushed up against my leg. Wow. It's gonna make me wash my jeans, huh? So I can get fleas and fungus diseases on my pants now. I think that was almost a purr. So I saw Scruffy, I think early this morning. Behind the round table, sleeping in the sun, or just out of the sun. No, I think he's in the sun. So in the morning, I think he actually likes the sun exposure, and then I think in the midday afternoon, he stays in the shade. So he did his sun bathing, and then I think midday he was next to the railing, sunbathing still. So I guess he was in the sun there. And then I think he disappeared for a while. And then I saw him about an hour before dinner, settling down on the table behind the sun oven. So once again, I just missed him, I think, from jumping on the table. And oh, last night, so after midnight, so this is well after I saw him in the front and he ran away from me. Basically ran into the bushes. But yeah, so after midnight, I checked the big table and he was sleeping in the box with the blue blanket. So I think it's like his bed now, late at night. So he's taken over that box, made it his own. And then, let's see, it's right around dinner time, and then I didn't see him on the table, so I think he came here. And then I delayed dinner a little bit, not that much, but I went to take a quick shower because I was still kind of nasty and sweaty, so I did my interval run today. So I was really debating on if I wanted to do the intervals or not. So woke up kind of sore, not sore, but more stiff and just a little fatigued. I think I've been pushing myself maybe a little too hard. So I tried to take a recovery day yesterday, and so I did pull-ups and a little bit of the resistance bands, and then I ended up going for a walk. I ended up doing the full 5-mile course on my walk, and that was almost a 2-hour walk, and I think maybe that was too much for a recovery day, because my legs are actually starting to feel a little tired, and I was supposed to be resting them so I could do the intervals today. So that's why I was kind of debating if I wanted to do them or not. I could put them off till tomorrow, but I'm always suspicious of myself when I put things off. So I don't really trust myself. So if I don't do it and I keep putting it off, I might just keep on putting it off. So since I felt like I probably could do it, it might be a little hard, but I thought I could do it. So I did my intervals, and actually it wasn't too bad. However, I did start feeling some... Oh, okay. He's changed position. So we're almost at time, but yeah, he doesn't usually change his position. It's actually a little further away now. So, feeling that hard piece of hair, so I'm kind of like flicking it. So I'd really love to get the brush, or actually I'd love to get that bath wash on it, so I just try to clean it, but I know he doesn't trust me enough for that. Assuming he didn't run away, he'd just probably scratch me. Okay, I think we're at time here, Scruffy, so how about I give you your food after we finish finish up the side here. Okay, so I'll do the side one more time. Okay, how about some food? Okay. Ready for your food? So I left it, I let it sit for, so I pulled it out before my shower, so I let it sit while showering, so it would heat up a little bit, so it wouldn't be quite as cold and solid, so some of the fats might have a chance to melt and re-liquefy again. So hopefully he likes that and appreciates that. Noisy motorcycle or car. So I switched brushes while that noise was going on. So I think I was saying something. So yeah, I let his food warm up while showering. And oh yeah, I think I mentioned some pain in my foot. So the pain's a little too strong, but yeah, it was definitely probably a warning feeling that I might be pushing my foot too far. So it's like right on the arch, or that big span where your foot curves between the toes and the heel, the arches. So yeah, I was feeling stress on the arch. So I can't remember if that's related to plantar fasciitis, but I think if I recall, my plantar fasciitis problem was on my other foot. So yeah, it's quite possible I could have problems with both feet. So I injured my foot the first time because I pushed too hard. I think I was doing intervals back then too, so I should be cautious. Okay, he's starting to get jumpy, so I think I'm going to end this. I've pretty much brushed everything, including his tail. Okay, I'm done. So I did my intervals. I think I did speed-wise pretty well. So I took a longer button. So usually the past few times I've been getting a little further and further down the track. And this time I had to stop a couple times. One, I had to tie my shoe at one point, and then another time I have these inserts that I use in my shoes for supination, and the insert shifted, and so it was in the wrong position, so I'd take off my shoe and reset it. That happened twice actually. And then I think one part of the course, because I knew it was like I'm getting much further down the course than I want to be when I finish, there was one section where I just kind of like walked back and forth, just try to eat up some time before my next sprint. During the cool down period. and rest period, and yeah, I still ended up not as far as before, but still I think further down than kind of expected to be. Not as far though. So last time I actually I did one extra interval, ran back because I had so much distance, and so basically I did one more interval than decided I needed to. So I was reading 10. 10 is a good number, and I think I ended up doing 12 just because of the way the course works out. It's 12 turns out to be a really good number. And so the previous time, or maybe 2 times, I did 13 because I needed one more just to get back. But yeah, today, because my foot said, I better not to do the 13th. I was actually feeling it around the 10th, and so I was really debating if I should do those last 2. I hope I don't regret it. I ended up doing the last 2. So hopefully there won't be any damage. It wasn't like hard pain or anything, it was just I could feel there was something not exactly right. So I was like, kind of, is this fatigue? Is this strain? And then I go away during my rest, and then I feel it during sprints. So I think my plan is probably do bicycling maybe the next 2 outings, so maybe I'll be able to rest for a while. So definitely biking next time. I don't know, it'll depend how I feel, the weather. So I saw the weather report. It looks like it's going to cool down again, and then we actually may get some rain and thunder in the next few days. So we start feeling like winter again. So that may dictate my bicycle schedule a bit. So I weighed myself again on the scale, so I'm still making progress, but yeah. Last week I got a bonus pound lost, and I didn't expect for this week. I'm actually a little under my target, so I guess I'm actually still net ahead if I just count the last 2 weeks, but a little disappointed. Wasn't able to repeat last week. In fact, I think I've actually exercised harder this week. I was actually even better on my diet this week. So I'm a little surprised how the numbers work out. The body's kind of weird. I'm actually thinking I need to take a cheat meal, cheat day, probably cheat meal. Cheat meal. I might actually just need to increase what I'm eating a little bit, just try to jumpstart metabolism again. It might be that my metabolism's slowing down just because I'm pushing myself so hard and not eating as much. The body might be in that so-called starvation mode. Still making progress at least, so it's not completely frustrating. And a nice meal has actually been on my mind. I'm starting to think about food more often. So I think I need a cheat meal. So I'm having cravings. So Scruffy's a little slower tonight. He was really fast last night, comparatively. And, last night he was eager to get the petting going too, and I wasn't ready. It took too long to get the glove on. Tonight was kind of similar. So I was kind of expecting possibly he'd be in a hurry to eat and run again. But yeah, he's a little slower tonight. I think the food was a new can yesterday, so I let it warm up today, so I mean, it still could be a little colder than yesterday, but I don't know, maybe that affects how fast he eats. So I didn't see any bad grooming spots today, so maybe the fleas are gone. Oh, he's not taking off. He's going to groom himself first. So I'm just leaning back. So I think I mentioned a few days ago, YouTube managed to recommend a gravel bike that had the flat handlebars, which is very reminiscent of a 90s mountain bike, 80s mountain bike. So I was reading a little more about that bike and found some user comments, and it led me to another bike that also has kind of the same feature set, or well, not exactly the same feature set, but it's a gravel bike with flat handlebars, and it's a little more expensive, but still roughly in that same price range, which is like, I think that one was like $1,200, maybe $1,300. The first one I think was like $1,100, maybe $1,200. So a little more than I want to spend, but I know bicycles now are really expensive. So I thought like a mid-range now is like $2,000, and then upper mid-range would be $3,000 to $4,000. And then if you want to go, top of the line, you're approaching 10,000. You can go well over that, but a regular consumer top of the line, not a professional. So I was originally thinking I'd buy a used bike. Still thinking that. But because of all the shortages, because of the lockdowns, and the huge demand of bicycles, and then just the fact that all the shops are closed, including there was a couple of used shops. One was highly recommended to me, so I've been monitoring them, and I guess they're having all sorts of problems because of lockdown and just other related or unrelated things. So anyway, it's hard to get inventory on some of these bicycles. And so the ones I was looking at, they're just kind of niche and hard to find, and I guess they're kind of new too. So I guess gravel bikes in general are a more new thing, and then finding a gravel bike with flat handlebars is like kind of rare, just because it's not really a thing yet. I think it's starting to become a thing. So for some reason, the elitists say it's wrong. You're buying a 90s mountain bike as if there's something wrong with that. So I just took off the gloves so I can zoom in here. So I don't know what the problem is. So I kind of like the flat handlebars. So one reason is so I don't do hard terrain, but I don't stick to pure roads. So when you have difficult terrain, or not simple terrain, you get a lot more stability with a wide handlebar, a lot more control. And then I'm not very fast, so it's not like I need to get in a racing position. Already check the bowl, dude. No food. You ate it all. Always welcome to clean it, though. So I guess he's going to go out in the front. Yep, going out in the front. Okay, folks, I guess that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.